Mervyn Tang. I am Head of Sustainability Strategy in APAC for Schroders Investment Management. I've been in sustainable finance for 7 years, first 2 years back in 2007 to 2009, and then I rejoined the industry about 5 years ago. My light bulb moment was working with a charity called Pro Bono Economics, which provides econometric services for NGOs who don't normally have access to such services. I worked with a UK children's charity called Barnardo's to understand what the impact of their services was for sexually exploited children. So how the services reduced health issues, how it improved education outcomes, how it reduced the chances of people getting missing. And so by valuing these outcomes, we were able to better inform policy making by the government. So my very first role was at Citigroup in equity sales, where I was working with investors with global mandates, and some of those had sustainability as part of that. And I think that role, I was very lucky to really land on sustainability at that time, because back then it was very different. But by understanding what those investors wanted, it helped me get future roles. So at MSCI as an ESG rating agency and at Schroders as an investment manager. And so I think one of the pieces of advice I would give is to really understand the ecosystem, because the jobs can vary a lot depending on where you're at in the industry. So I would say the top 2 technical skills would be predictive reasoning and systems-based thinking. And I say that because if you look at an issue like climate change, you can't look to the past to understand what happens in the future. You need to model it, you need to be able to think what could happen. And then because it's such a broad systemic issue, it means that you need to understand the second order, third order, fourth order effects to really understand the low carbon transition. Now, if I'm talking about soft skills, I would say listening is really important, because a lot of clients will have different sustainability objectives, and you really need to talk to them to understand it. And then creativity, because I think a lot of the solutions and analytical methods in ESG investing or sustainable finance that will become dominant in the next 5 to 10 years don't exist yet. And you need to work on a blank canvas to really shape what happens. So ESG investing to me is about understanding ESG factors, integrating it into the investment process to consider the potential implications for your investment. Whereas I think impact investing is more specific. It's about trying to achieve a sustainability objective, perhaps alongside financial objectives as well, through your investment decisions.